Hey guys, so today I'm gonna be looking at dumbest things men have ever said to women. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. Just pee out all the blood and finish your period. If only it was that easy, you know? If only it was like this, life would be so much easier, you know? Just pee it all out. Just spend one day sitting on a toilet, peeing it all out. Amazing. I mean, if that's how they thought, wouldn't they think we would love to do that too? Like, yeah, I would if I could, you know? Finish your period in 10 minutes. Oh, that would feel good. And no cramps, nothing. That would be amazing. And that also means you don't have to waste money on pads and tampons. Oh, so much money saved. Recently, my aunt got cervical cancer. My uncle wasn't feeling well and thought he may have gotten cervical cancer from her. What? What? He thought her cancer was contagious? Oh no, does that mean he's also like, oh, I can't be near you anymore in case you spread it to me? Yo. This is why education is important, kids. This is why. Not a female and telling on myself here, but when my wife was pregnant with our first child, I stupidly asked how old he'd be before his eyes were going to open. This one isn't too bad. You know, it's not too bad. He was just asking about it because he genuinely didn't know, okay? He wasn't acting like he knew anything. When I was 16, I had a guy friend put his hand on either side of my stomach and ask me if he squeezed hard enough, would all of my period come out at once and be done with for the month. I mean, even if that could happen, why would you be the one doing it? You know, if that could happen, she would be the one squeezing it out herself. I'm just confused as to why he thought he could do that. He was like, oh, I'll help you get all your period out. My ex asked me how I knew my period was over. He was 21 at the time. Now, that wouldn't have been that bad, but I started to explain how the flow gets later until it eventually stops and he cut me off. Said it was gross and he regretted asking. He also thought any pubic hair on a woman was gross. I get wanting tidy, but he thought all women should be shaved, waxed all the time. And no, his pubic area was never hair-free. My only regret was not breaking up with him sooner. Yeah. Yo, what the heck? Imagine dating someone who thought like this. Oh my gosh, that would be tough, you know, tiring as well. Like, what if you didn't shave and then he would just be looking at you disgusted? That's not what I want in a guy. My ex was convinced that he could consciously choose the sex of any children he fathered. He'd heard, presumably in some science class, that the sperm decides the sex of a baby, which is cool and all, but he got hung up on that phrasing and wouldn't listen to logic. So did it work for him or not? You know, did it work for him? Because I feel like it's going to be such a pain if he thought it worked. Like, what if he was like, oh yes, it's going to be a boy, and it actually came out to be a boy? Then he's going to think his logic is correct, and then you can't convince him otherwise anymore. And that must suck. That must suck. When someone thinks they're correct but they're wrong, but they're just really stubborn about it and they won't listen to anyone, that sucks, you know. Okay, this guy I dated wanted me to have sex with him, but I was on my period and he said, why don't you just put a makeup sponge up there? What? A makeup sponge? Oh my gosh. What's wrong with this guy? A friend told me that once she made a comment about having cramps and a headache to her boyfriend, and he got all disgusted and said, well, can't you control that? Like, make it stop? Well, if we could, that would be amazing, you know. We wouldn't be complaining about it all the time if we could make it stop, you know. Common sense, you know. But okay. Honestly, I guess I can low-key understand why they ask these questions because they've never experienced it before. So obviously they're curious and they don't know much about the female body. So yeah. My friend's husband thought women knew they were pregnant by missing just one period and that it started again the next month. It gave me a giggle. Oh. So he thinks once they miss a month, that means they're pregnant, but then after that month, they'll get the period. Oh my gosh, that's complicated. Periods don't hurt. Oh. Well, of course you know, of course you know, of course you know. My boss offered to send me home early because he saw the tampon, fresh out of the box, still in wrapper, and got uncomfortable. Like, thanks and all, but I live with this stuff for a week every month. I'm all good. At least he was like nice. At least he was like nice enough to think that you're in pain and he wants to send you home kind of thing. That I am perfectly fine and to get back to work. My boss says I am clutching my stomach because I'm about to puke. in extreme pain and in the fetal position crying because I have 3 cysts in my ovaries and I just started my monthly problem. Yes, sir, I am perfectly fine. Please excuse me as I need to use the ladies' room to poop. There are some bosses like this, and then there are some nicer bosses that think you're in pain and send you home. My friend's dad didn't realize that pad and tampon sizes were related to how heavy someone's flow is. So when my friend asked for extra large pads because it was like day 2 of her period and she needed them, her dad said, "Honey, you're not fat." Like he honestly thought she saw herself as fat and would get body issues from it and was trying to reassure her that she only needed medium pads. That's nice of the dad though, to tell her that. I went on a date with a guy once who thought periods lasted for a month. That would be horrifying. If he thought periods lasted for a month, does that mean he thinks we get periods every single day? Forever? Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!